Long gone are the days where you used to be able to put a listing on the market, get multiple offers overnight, and sell above asking price. Now, a great thing is that now agents are able to get back to doing open houses, where before you wouldn't even get to that point. So in today's video, I'm going to go over everything from A to Z on what it is that you need to do in order to nail your next open house. So the first thing that you want to do is that you want to make sure that you have enough time to market and promote the open house. Let's say you will be doing it Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 2. The sooner that you know when you're going to be doing it, you want to start doing active marketing immediately. What I mean by active marketing is cold calling, door knocking, and you putting yourself out there, having conversations with potential clients, homeowners, and people that might be interested in going to this open house. So what I like to do is that I like to get a list of phone numbers for the specific zip code where my listing is located. Next, what I'll do is that I'll just start cold calling everyone. I'll invite them to the open house, and at the same time, I will ask them if they perhaps know of anyone that's looking to move into the neighborhood. As for the cold calling script, you can say something along the lines of, "Hey, this is Loida. I'll be very quick. Just wanted to invite you to an open house that I'll be hosting this weekend down the street on 123 Main, 3-bed, 2-bath for $500,000. We'll be there from 12 to 2. By the way, do you know anyone that's looking to move into your neighborhood?" That's one script. The other one, it could just be something like, "Hey, this is Loida. Look, I'll be really quick. I just listed your neighbor's home down the street, 3-bed, 2-bath on 123 Main Street. Wanted to see who do you know that might be looking to move into this neighborhood. By the way, we will be having an open house on Saturday from 12 to 2. You're welcome to stop on by. Do you know anyone that might be interested in coming and taking a look?" And those are just two examples. There's probably other ones out there, but these are the ones that come off the top of my head right now that I wanted to share with you that will get the conversation going. Number 2, you want to door knock that neighborhood. If you're gonna do the open house Saturday and Sunday, start door knocking that week. Let's say that you're not gonna hit the phones, start hitting the neighborhood. You want to knock on as many doors and invite people to this open house, and at the same time you want to promote that listing. You never know when one of the neighbors has a family friend, a co-worker, or someone that they know that has mentioned to them that they're looking to move into that area. And now what you want to do is try to connect buyers with your seller. The script that you would use when you're door knocking is pretty much essentially the same as the cold calling one. So you would knock on that person's door, introduce yourself. "Hey, I'm Loida, local agent. Really quick, stopping by because I just listed your neighbor's home down the street. 3-bed, 2-bath, $500,000. Wanted to see if you might know of anyone that's looking to move into this neighborhood." "Oh, you don't? How about any plans for you? By the way, we are having an open house this Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 2. You're welcome to stop on by. Do you know of anyone that might be interested in coming and taking a look?" As you're prospecting through the doors or on the phones, you want to make sure that you know some specific information in case any of these homeowners ask you. And that information includes the average price of what homes are selling for in that area and how fast these homes are selling. Now, because of the market and how everything is, you probably will get people that give you their 2 cents on what they feel about the real estate market and interest rates. So just make sure that you are kind of familiar as to what is going on so that they don't throw you off. At the open house, make sure that you have everyone sign in, whether it's on a notepad, on your iPad, or whatever device or thing or system that you have going on. You want to make sure that you're collecting people's names, phone numbers, emails, and also have a section to know whether or not they are currently working with an agent. The purpose of you collecting people's information is first to know exactly who has come in and out of the house. Second, in case something were to happen, obviously you have everyone's information. And third, so that you can follow up with them because some of these might be potential leads. What I like to do, especially as I'm preparing for this open house, is that on Canva, I like to create kind of like a flyer, including a QR code that will lead people to all of the information of the property, and it'll tell them everything from the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the square footage, and any upgrades that have been done to the home. This just makes it so much easier for buyers and their agents to know exactly what the home has to offer without every single one of them having to come up to you and ask you about the roof or the electrical and things like that. Another cool thing that you can include in this flyer that you end up creating is a floor plan. Now, if you don't have any services, or maybe your videographer does not provide you with floor plans, there is an awesome app called CubiCasa that allows you to do these floor plans for free. Now, the thing is that you will have to go to the property at least a day before. That way you have everything ready, especially once you print out your document. The floor plans are easy to understand. They're not 100% accurate, but it's good enough for people to have an idea on the dimensions of the room and exactly what the layout looks like. Now, as people are walking through, make sure that you're giving them enough time to do their own thing. I'm the type of agent that I definitely do not like to be on top of others as they're going through the rooms and things like that, because I just think that that's creepy and it just makes for an awkward experience. I want to make sure that I am keeping an eye on anyone that's walking in and through the house, but again, I'm not like hovering over them. As people are wrapping up, obviously I like to stand closer to the front door because that's where people are going to come in and go out through. And as they're heading their way down there, I like to just start a conversation and ask them for any feedback, what they thought about the home, anything that they liked or maybe didn't like. If the buyers are there on their own and they do not have an agent, I like to ask a little bit more information in terms of what exactly it is that they're looking for, where they are in their process. And as I'm having this conversation with them, ideally I want to exchange information through cell phone. So what I like to do is that I'll tell them that we can continue the conversation and I can see exactly how I can help them out with their home search. So when I say that, I just pull out my cell phone and I tell them, you know what, let's exchange information. That way, if there's any other questions that come up, I would be happy to help you. And then I look down on my phone and then I just confirm their phone number. So your number is, and what I like to do is that I like to already start the phone number with the area code that is in that city. So let's say the city that I'm doing this open house, the area code is 323. Then I'll say, let me shoot you a text message. What's your cell phone number? 323. And then I'll look down and I'll let them finish their phone number. This usually works. It never gets weird or awkward. And at the same time, you know, I let them know that I'm going to be spam calling them or anything. I'm just going to shoot them a text message with my info so that they have it. Now, I don't do this with every single person that comes through. I only do it with specific buyers that I see have a genuine interest to purchasing a home, are maybe clueless and are open to the idea of possibly working with me or allowing me to help them in their home search. What I have seen in the past, and again, this is something that we just can't control and it's going to happen regardless, is that there will be people that probably put fake phone numbers or fake email addresses. So again, by me exchanging information through text message while I have that person on the spot, I am guaranteed that they're going to give me their correct phone number because most likely they have their cell phone with them. So as soon as I shoot them that text message, I'll be able to see if they received it. Now, when it comes to getting ready for the open house, if the open house is going to start at 12, you want to make sure that by 11:30, all of your signs are out. So make sure that you are on time for everything. Plan accordingly, time block for that day. If you have to make certain arrangements, make sure that you are not running around last minute putting signs when the actual open house is supposed to start. When you get to the home, I would say open up all of the windows because this will allow natural sunlight to come on in. I like to also turn on the lights. So I'll open the windows, I'll turn on the lights, I'll open up the blinds because again, we want to make sure that as soon as people walk in, it looks bright, it looks big, and they can see exactly everything that they need to see. So you want to make sure that the home shows its best. On a side note, take an air freshener just in case, because we never know what smells might be lurking around at your listing. So we want to at least have an air freshener handy just in case you need to use it. When it comes to food, I personally only like to have water. I don't do the cookies or the chips or like the fruit or any of that. What I have noticed in the past, and even other agents have told me, is that anytime they bring out any type of food, no one grabs anything, and then they're left with everything to take back home and eat themselves. So again, it's not 100% necessary. At the end of the day, it's really up to you if you want to have something to give away. Again, from my experience, I would say just having water is fine. Where things change a little bit is if, for example, your listing is what would be considered a luxury listing, and now you're doing things that will require a little bit more than just your traditional open house. So as an example, let's say a traditional open house where you're at is maybe like a home that's under 800,000. Regular open house, you have some water. But now let's say you have a listing that is 6 million and you want to have a broker's open, or you want to have a DJ, or you want to have music. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the experience and also how you want to showcase that property. Kind of like what you see on TV of these agents that put together these big events at these listings because they want to attract a certain type of person. But once again, this might not really be relevant to you, but it's also good to know that depending on the type of listing that you have, there might be some additional things that you will want to do. At the end of the day, an open house does not guarantee that you're going to actually get a buyer that's going to end up purchasing that property, but the whole intention of an open house is for you to market that listing and potentially get other clients that are looking to buy or sell a home, whether it's that one or something else. So you want to make sure that you are proactive, that you're doing active marketing, because if not, what I see happen all the time is that agents do open houses, no one shows up, they do it for like 5 or 6 hours, and now you have just wasted an entire day doing nothing. To make sure what type of systems you need in place in your business to be successful, make sure to check out this video right here and also this playlist that gives you even more.